See all the sparking going on? Did you know that you're actually doing it wrong? What's up, Internet? Current 1776 here from BattlBox, and I'm just kidding. You may not be doing it wrong. You may be doing it right. There's tons of different ways to do this. But I actually was on a live stream the other day, and somebody asked in there, can you show some different ways of using a ferro rod or a ferrocerium rod, right? Not a ferrocium rod, a ferrocerium rod. So you may be saying it wrong too. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Not coming at anybody. Just thought I'd shoot a really quick video of a few techniques. Now there's many different techniques. You use whatever you need to use for the environment you're in and the situation you're in, right? You may be injured, right? How do you run a ferro rod when you're injured? But to do this, obviously, you need some tinder to light, something that'll take a spark. You need the ferro rod, the ferrocerium rod. This is from Uberleben, and then you need a striker. Some ferrocerium rods come with strikers, right? They work great. They're designed to be used with those. You can also use a knife, but you need to be sure your knife has a 90-degree spine and typically some high carbon steel or some sort of steel that has a high carbon content to it that will help shave, the ferrocerium from the rod. Now, when you're doing this, these sparks that coming off of here are very, 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 very hot, thousands of degrees hot, okay? So, be careful. I've actually got burn marks on the screen of my cell phone because, I'm a glutton for punishment. But I want to show you a couple techniques, all right, and some don'ts, all right? So first don't use the edge, the sharpened edge of your knife, okay? If you do not have a 90-degree spine, be sure you have a striker that comes with or for your ferro rod. This edge of your blade, that sharpened edge, that's a precious edge. You don't want to mess that up. So you see the people on TV that are using the sharp side of their knife to run their ferro rod, then apparently they don't have a striker with them and they don't have a 90-degree spine. I guess in a true survival situation, you got to do what you got to do. But be sure to have the proper tool. If you don't have a 90-degree spine knife, be sure you got your striker, right? In a true survival situation, I guess you got to do what you got to do, right? But you want to protect the edge of your blade because that's precious, right? You need to keep it sharp. You need to keep the integrity there. This, just in case you're wondering, is a GNS, the Go No Show from LT Wright, one of my favorite blades. They got them in Scandi, they got them in Saber Grind. Excellent company. Y'all check them out. I love their knives. And they are known for their extremely sharp 90-degree spine. So, a couple techniques, okay? Let me get you down here close where you can see. So hopefully y'all can see this well. That's about as close as I can get y'all, all right? So you need some sort of tinder. We're not gonna talk about that. Obviously, we're talking more so about techniques. So we're gonna grab some tinder here. I'm just gonna grab me a little bit. So for this instance, it's windy out today, right? So one thing a lot of people do is they'll sit here. Obviously I'm using the back of my blade, the spine. People sit there and they're pushing at it and they're hitting their tinder and they're knocking it all over the place, right? So one technique, and if it's windy out, a technique you can use, well, one's duct tape. I keep duct tape on my ferro rod right there. See that duct tape? I could take some duct tape and tape this to the duct tape so it doesn't blow away. Or I can take my rod, right? Put it on it, hold it down. I'm pinning it down right here, okay? And strike this way, pinning my tinder down to this stump right here so that I don't accidentally knock it off, okay? So there's one way you can do this. You can just strike down and light, right? So there's one way. You can find you a spot on here and shave real fine shavings of that ferro rod off, right? All right, so I'm gonna pin this down because it's windy out, and I'm going to attempt to shave some small shavings of this ferro rod to be down there in my tinder. And if you got really good ferrocerium, sometimes it'll still spark when you're trying to be delicate with it like this. But I'm shaving off some very fine pieces of my rod into that. See if I can show this to you. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I've got it looks like little tiny metal shavings right there. Hopefully you can see that. Now you do the same technique, right? And what you can do as well is you can go super fast. Try not to knock your tinder out of the way. But you can go super fast. See all the sparking going on? That's those little pieces that are in there from the ferro rod that are igniting. So this, in a controlled manner, works, okay? It's not always advantageous to do this, simply because you could knock your material away from you. You can do it that way, okay? But understand, you might slip up, you might knock your tinder out of the way. What typically is more widely used is a pull method. Hold your hand firm, keep it where it's at, and pull. There we go. Sparks kind of got a little cattywampus there, but you got to keep at it, all right? So lastly, I'm going to show you a method. Let's say you got an injured arm, or your hand's injured or broke, or I don't know. You can't use one of your limbs, right? I'm going to show you a way you can do this one-handed, all right? Find yourself a stump, piece of firewood, whatever, right? So you can lodge your knife into it, like so, all right? So now my knife is stuck in this piece of wood right here, okay? Is the knife staying in there well? Let's see if I can turn this where y'all can see it. Now I'm doing this, all right? Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a few test runs and see round about where, you know, my sparks are, for the most part, landing, all right? So, knives in the wood, take my ferro rod, 90-degree spine. There we go. So that's a way you can do it, one-handed, if you are injured. Now, one more tip. And this tip is pretty simple. Practice. Go outside and practice. Test it with your different types of knives. Test with different types of ferrocerium rods. Practice different types of techniques. You want to be well-rounded, so whatever situation you're in, whether it's windy, whether it's wet, whether you're injured, you'll have an idea what you need to do to get the job done. Invest in good ferrocerium rod. Like I said, I recommend Uberleben. They make great ferrocerium rods, and a really good knife, preferably fixed blade, or at least have a really good striker. And practice doing it one-handed. You never know when you might need to use it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so there you go. Real quick video on some techniques, and there's many more. If you know a different technique, let me know down in the comments below, and maybe we'll have a discussion about it. I love you, I mean it. Like, comment, share with your friends. I'll see you next time with another video. Live action, right here, live action. No setups, this is real life. These things are so freaking cool. Look at them. So if you ever see a stick on your hat, but it's moving, it could be one of these guys. If you know what that is, let me know down in the comments.